Now, from 41 NBC Sports, it's time for Friday Night Football scores and highlights. You're in the end zone. Brought to you in part by Raphael Tire Master and Edwards and Bullard Law with Bill Shanks, Tucker Sargent, and Justin Dirks.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the End Zone. I'm Bill Shanks from the Superstations. Tonight, we are getting into late October, which means we're getting closer to the playoffs. Tonight, we've got the last regular season games for the private school teams, while it's the next to last week for the GHSA teams. Let's get started in Region 1 in Quad A with two big games in Middle Georgia. Perry hosted Benedictine tonight. The Panthers lost a tough one last week in Waycross to Ware County. Tonight, they faced the team that has gone undefeated in this tough region so far, Benedictine from the Coastal Empire. Here we go for the highlights of this game. And yeah, you know what? It was a big game, no question. Cadet Stanley Smart Jr. is going to get a first down here, and they are knocking on the door. And they are tough now, believe me. They're going to settle, though, for a field goal early on to make it a 3-0 game here on top of the Panthers. Next possession now for the Panthers, DeCorian Daniels. Watch this. Nice play there, first down. And then back to pass, looking, but JoJo Sutton of Benedictine, not Benedictine, gets the interception. Now Benedictine, Stephen Cannon passes to Bubba Frazier. Touchdown. That would make it 10-0 Cadets out on top of Perry after the PAT. Perry gets their ball now, second quarter, and they finally get on the board. A field goal there to make it 10-3. Benedictine now, Aaron Mallard. Watch this run. Breaks through one tackle. Let's count them. Gets by the second guy. Gets by him and breaks that tackle and somehow stays on his feet and scores 80 yards to give Benedictine a 17-3 lead. Then they would get another late touchdown right here. Watch this pass. He's got it. Touchdown. Make it 24-3. Cadets hang on to win it 41-17. They're basically the region champions. Perry will host Warner Robins next week. And speaking of the Demons, let's go and stay in this ridiculously tough region and hit the MAC. Warner Robins hosted Ware County Gators from Waycross, Georgia. Demons open the game with a kickoff return touchdown. But look at here, Ware County gets the ball and takes off. I mean, just kind of takes off. That was at a fumble right there. That would make it 7-7 after the extra point by Mason Thomas. Now Demons end up having to punt. It's a short punt, which sets up the Gators near midfield for their next opportunity. Ware County would drive down the field. Isaiah White keeps it for the touchdown. Kick is good, and it's 14-7 Ware County. But the Demons are not done. Quarterback Chandler Dyson fakes the handoff, throws it deep. Xavier Cannon, he's got it, and it sets him up in the red zone. A few plays later, Cannon gets the handoff, and he's going to score. Big touchdown there. Extra point is good. Gators now drive the field looking pretty good, and they're knocking on the door again. Penalties resulting in them getting pushed back, but they would get in there, the Demons would. Chandler Dyson for a touchdown, extra point good. They're up by 7. Gators then, Tayshawn Franklin takes the handoff. Solid game. Then a few plays later, he's at it again for the touchdown, and it's an extra point is good. Demons just past midfield now. Quarterback Tyson Chandler finds Peyton Zitterman for the completion, and he keeps going. Breaks the tackle and gets in there for the score. How about that? No good, though, on the PAT. 27-21 Demons. Gators now. Isaiah White finds Tayshawn Franklin for the completion inside the Demons 30. Gators would score right here, but let me tell you, Warner Robins comes back. They were down by 10 with less than 5 minutes left, and they win it. 48-44 is the final. What a huge win. Why couldn't Aaron have stayed for this game? It just got over 5 minutes ago. They're now 2-2 in the region. That's a huge win for Warner Robins over at the MAC. How about that? Big region game coming up in Roberta, plus 3 games in Macon. More of the End Zone coming up right after this.
Tonight, we lift up and celebrate Flint Energy's Power Lineman of the Week, Greg Hill, and high school football lineman Jonah Johnson of Rutland High School. Both linemen working to bring power and fashion to everything they do, on and off the field. 41 NBC Lineman of the Week is powered by Flint Energies.
It's time for more Friday Night Football scores and highlights. You're in the End Zone, brought to you in part by Raphael Tire Master and Edwards and Bullard Law with Bill Shanks, Tucker Sargent, and Justin Dirks.
The D block starts with Taylor County at Crawford County. The Vikings had won 6 in a row coming into this one, a Region 6 game in Single A Division II. The Eagles have always had trouble with the Vikings. Crawford County's last win over Taylor County was in 2008. I think we did that game. They had lost their last 12 games against Taylor County entering tonight. Here we go for the highlights of this game. The Hawkins Sports Complex down in, or over in Roberta, I should say. All right, the Vikings get going first now. Quarterback Leland Holder throwing a bomb. And I think Kadarius Richardson has got it. He takes it inside for the touchdown. It's only 6-0 because they missed a 2-point conversion. So Taylor County out on top. Eagles would come back, this time punting formation, and would take over the offense. Watch this. This is kind of weird. Special teams practice tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Not good. And Crawford County would get it. That would set them up in the red zone. And Charles Anderson takes the handoff and scores 13 yards out for the touchdown. 7-6 Crawford with 2:55 left in the first quarter. After switching sides to start the second, Eagles come back out. Pierce Belvin takes it all the way to the, right at the 35-yard line. And they switch, and here we go. They could not, though. That was a punt. They would have to punt the ball. Vikings would take over, and Mikel Parker would run straight in the middle for the score to make it 12-7 after another failed extra point. Then after getting the ball in the 20, Eagles settled for 3 points. That made it 12-10 going in the half. But Taylor County would hold on and win it 24-15 is the final. Taylor County's won 7 in a row. They're now 7-2. Crawford falls to 2-3 in the region. Now games in Macon. Westside hosted winless Rutland tonight. Here we go for this highlights, and a good establishing shot right there by Christopher Rogers. Here come the Seminoles out on the field. And here we go. First quarter now. Westside, Caleb Blunt gets the handoff. Nice run there. Bullies all over people. And look at that run inside about the 2. And the very next play, he would finish it off. Blunt is going to get it and get in there for the score. Let's get the PAT in there. It's up and good to make it 7-0 Westside out on top. Later on now, Rutland has the ball. Tyler Ellington near midfield is going to drop back, a little play action, passes the ball. Donovan Rutledge, and he gets his ribs rocked. Let's sponsor that. It's a rib rocker right there, and not one, but 2, but 3 times in super slow-mo. A few plays later, though, Rutland look at his score. Hakeem Harris would seem to get it in, but the rest would call it back, and they would fail to score there. So the quarter would end 7-0 Westside. This was closer than most of us believed it would be. Westside would hold on and win it 16-14 over the Hurricanes. Westside will host Jackson next week, while Rutland will try to win at Pike County. Down the street at Mount DeSales, the Cavs hosted John Millage. Well, when we got there, it was 28-0 John Millage. They are relentless. When they're good, they're really good. John Millage, ball given, Javarius Hunt. Woo, look at that nice gain right there. He's pushed out of bounds. Very next play, ball in the air, and Bryce McDonald gets it. Open, 6 points for the touchdown. PAT up and good, and that would give JMA, I should say, a 35-0 lead. Later on, John Millage back to pass. Lewis Cheney looking, and it's McDonald again. Nice gain there near midfield. A few plays later, Trojans looking to score. Hurt would just do just that, he said. And that was in there for 6. Here's another point. That would make it 42-0, and that was the final score. They just took the second half off, I guess. Trojans win it 42-0. They've won 6 in a row heading in the playoffs. Mount DeSales 3-7. John Millage will have a bye coming up next week in that first round. All right, Tucker's here. Seems like you go to Ace a lot, I know, but you know what? They always have good games. They have Bleckley County tonight.
They're in that big region. Our game of the week down in Eastman with the region title implications. The game here at Macon involving 2 teams from that same region. This one between the 4th and 5th place teams in region play. Bleckley County 5-2 in region, Ace 4-3. Griffins won the only meeting in this series 29-28 last year in overtime in Cochran. Senior night at Perkins Field. Second play of the game. Here's how you run RPO, Hugh Freeze. Brody Fleming complete to Gage Harris, and it's a 75-yard touchdown for the Royals.
You're bitter, you know that.
A little bit. Toilet Bowl's coming up tomorrow. Got to see some good football tonight. The nice crowd from Cochran enjoying the 7-0 start. I got faked out on this one. Nice play from the Griffins. Option pass, and it's a big first down for Ace, and the Griffins are threatening. Then another trick. Oh, we got a little Gus Malzahn action too today. How about that? Noah Symes spin move down at the 1-yard line, And then Ace Hatcher, coach's son, punches it in. We got a game, but the extra point was blocked. It was 7-6. Bleckley County later in the first, same score. Hatcher throwing on third down, and it's overthrown and intercepted. Jaira Campbell with a nice run back here takes it inside the 30-yard line, and then the Royals would go to the air. Fleming, beautiful pass to Octavius Tate. It's a touchdown. Extra point was off the post, and it was 13-6 Bleckley County. Second quarter, same score, Royals rumbling. Isaiah Simonton is marked down at the 1, but I think it was one of those rollover deals. Look at him get up. Yeah, he thought it was too. But anyway, marked down at the 1, no replay. He would punch it in anyway. Elephant package for the Royals, and they have a 20-6 lead. Here we go, Ace down 14. Hatcher trying to make something happen. It's picked off again, and Kelvin Sneed Jr. is down the sideline and into the end zone. Royals rolling, 27-6 there. It was 27-9 at the break, and Bleckley County gets the big road win, 48-9, the final.
That is a big win for the Royals, no doubt.
Yep, another big one also happened tonight. We're really looking forward to it.
We just can't get away from this region.
Can't get away from it.
Huge game in Eastman. We'll have our game of the week coming up right after this.
More highlights coming up on the End Zone. Tonight's catered meal for the End Zone crew is provided by Texas Roadhouse.
High school football is everything.
It's time for more Friday Night Football scores and highlights. You're in the End Zone, brought to you in part by Raphael Tire Master and Edwards and Bullard Law with Bill Shanks, Parker Sargent, and Justin Dirks.
Football is everything.
All season long, the games in Region 2 and Single A and Division 1 have been great football. Tonight, Northeast was at Dodge County, and if they won tonight, the Raiders would be region champs. If Dodge County won, well, we'd have to wait until next week to crown the region champion. Here's Justin now with our game of the week.
Well, thank you, Bill. This is it. It's a Region 2A D1 matchup with all the region title hopes on the line. Dodge County wins this one. They're facing Dublin next week for it all. Northeast wins, and they win the region. On the sidelines, Raiders senior captain defensive end Amari White out with a broken hand. Big loss for Northeast, but they handle it well. First quarter freshman QB Jordan Wiggins hitting one deep to a wide open Keandre Jackson. 51-yard bomb puts the Raiders on top 7-0 early. Indians ball now. Junior QB Kane Mincy throws it past his receiver for the interception. Senior Javaris Morgan coming down with it. Raiders are forced to punt. They bobble the snap. Indians take advantage, punching it in from 3 yards out. Junior Cam Hughes busts one in for 6. Indians tied up at 7. Then Raiders driving. Wiggins steps back to find Jackson again. Beautiful 30-yard gain, and that sets up a short handoff to senior Bam Glover for 6. Missed PAT makes it 13-7 Raiders. Time winding down in the second now. Jeremiah Burns catches a pass, tiptoeing along the sidelines for the first down. Indians at the 1 now. After this beautiful catch from Jariel Bray gets stopped short, but the Raiders get the stop on the QB sneak, and Mincy comes out of the pile like he's been choked out, stumbling everywhere. He gets sidelined for the rest of the game. Third quarter we go. Freshman QB Jordan Spady taking over. His first snap, Talon Sampson strips it, fumble, Raiders ball. They punt though. Dodge punts, and it's Courtney Williams now taking it at the 45. He makes a couple moves here, and he's punched out at the 15. Huge gain for them. And the Raiders take advantage with the curl route to junior wideout Tavares Tinsley Jr. He follows his blocks in for 6. Touchdown, Raiders on top 20-7. Dodge gets the ball now, trying to make something happen. Spady's pass is intercepted by Williams, the ball hawk, grabbing another pick on the season. He's got a ton of them. But Wiggins throws a pick of his own here in the next drive. Joriel Bray snatching it right out of the receiver's hands, and the Indians take advantage as Spady follows his blocks on the QB keeper, reaching pay dirt. Indians trail 20-14. But later in the third here, Wiggins' pass to Jackson is good, and Jackson uses open space and a stiff arm to take it to the house. Raiders up 26-14 as they go on to win not just this game, but the Region 2A D1 title. The first since I graduated high school way back in 2009. Congrats, Raiders. They host East Lawrence next week. Dodge heads to Dublin. Reporting from Eastman, Justin Dirks, 41 NBC Sports.
All right, thanks a lot. We got the scoreboard coming up right after this.
Get ready for the 41 NBC Fan Cam, sponsored by Ingleside Village Pizza. NBC Fan Cam, sponsored by Ingleside Village Pizza.
Tomorrow on the Superstations, we'll have the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets as they try to stay undefeated against Syracuse. Pregame starts at 10, kickoff at noon. Then on Sunday, we've got the Falcons and the Dolphins from Atlanta. Listen online, thesuperstations.com. To the scoreboard we go. Houston County loses their first game of 2025. They fall to Thomas County Central 31-7. Bears will host Lee County next week. Tonight, Lee County all over Northside 54-12. Eagles are 0-9. Veterans loses their game to Coffee down in Douglas 35-25. Warhawks are 2-6, 0-4 in the region. In double overtime, Eagles Landing beat Jones County 30-24. Greyhounds host Locust Grove next week. Big upset here as Peach County lost down in Cairo 38-31. Trojans are 8-1. That probably cost them the region. They'll host Monroe next Friday. Mary Persons had to play the top-ranked team in AAA tonight, Sandy Creek, and it did not go well. Bulldogs shut out 44-0. They are 5-4 overall, 3-4 in Region 2 in AAA. They'll host Whitewater next Friday night. Rough night for Baldwin. They lose 44-27 to Westside Augusta. Braves are 2-5 in their region. Harlem 32, Howard 14. Huskies fall to 2-7. West Lawrence remains undefeated. They win a wild win 49-42 over Aquinas. What a season for Kip Burdett and the Raiders. Jefferson County beat East Lawrence last night 14-13. Dublin won last night big over Central 54-0. They'll host Dodge County next week. And also the Red Devils from Hawkinsville, they won tonight over Trutland 22-10. Hawkinsville's won 3 in a row. They're now 3-2 in the region. They'll host Dooley County next week. Also, Wheeler County 40, Wilcox 38 is the final there. Wilkinson County over GMC tonight by the score of 34-6. Hancock Central over Twiggs County 36-16. We've got Sly County over Marion County 41-14. Private school action, Central Fellowship over Cherokee Christian by the score of 56-32. Monsignor Donovan over Covenant Academy 50-22. Pacelli over Westfield 28-16. FPD wins over Tattnall big. Stratford over Calvary. Christian and Brentwood wins over Gatewood 48-14 is the final. Next week, it's the last week of the regular season for most teams and the playoffs for the private school teams. We hope you'll join us. Remember, just watch us first every Friday night. For now, I'm Bill Shanks, and for all of us at 41 NBC, good night.